Hold on 1 second. Where's the plug at?
No cord.
Okay. Peace. Youssef. We are Moving Target Podcast. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me? I'm moving to a better spot now.
Okay. Y'all can hear him good? Yes, we're live. So once again, we are talking with one of the Proud Boys. Hold on 1 second. Where's the plug at?
No cord.
Okay. Peace. Youssef. We are Moving Target Podcast. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me? I'm moving to a better spot now.
Okay. Y'all can hear him good? Yes, we're live. So once again, we are talking with one of the Proud Boys, the alt-right group that was part of the Proud Boys that came down to the New Haven Green. We got some questions for you, man. We want to know, how long you been a Proud Boy for?
I've been a Proud Boy for about 5 months now.
For about 5, and you're a black man?
Mother, father.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'm black.
Okay.
He said yes, he's a black man?
Yes, he's a black man.
And he's a proud boy.
And he's a Proud Boy.
Okay.
He's a black
I'm a
man.
Proud Boy.
We had the understanding of what the Proud Boys was an alt-right group. And it's not. So we would like you to explain that and tell us what the Proud Boys are, please.
We are not an alt-right group. And you know what it is. We're not alt-right. The alt-right doesn't like the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys doesn't like alt-right. So we're not alt-right. The two groups don't get along. Gavin got Spencer is like Gavin. Because at the end of the day, Gavin he has been called out. He's a race mixer and he likes Jews. So that's why the alt-right doesn't mess with Gavin. Because Gavin works for a Jew, Evan Levette, and he has 6 kids. So we're not alt-right. And it was something I'm trying to get out of, not alt-right, because alt-right do not allow blacks, they don't allow Jews. You have to be a white, simply white and non-Jewish, which I am both. So what the Proud Boy is, what we are a fraternity. We mostly go drinking and punch each other around or hang out. That we mostly do, but we are a fraternity of Western chauvinists. And what we mean by Western chauvinists is, we love our country. For me, I love my guns. We glorify the housewife. We don't want everyone to be a housewife. That's something a lot of people are like, oh, you guys want everyone to be a housewife? We glorify the housewife because we recognize that a lot of feminists these days, like, if you're a housewife, it has been deemed that it's unholy or you don't check it back or things of that nature. We say we glorify the housewife. Like, my girl's plan to be a housewife to take care of the kids. That's what we plan to do. That's what me and my wife plan to do. Is so she can take care of the kids so they can be raised up. And we noticed last time in the feminist movement that housewives have been deemed some kind of evil, I guess, part of the patriarchy or whatever they want to call that. We glorify entrepreneurship. We want to get the government out of the way of the people. We anti-PC. We right now is trying to bring it back to where it's a right to be man again. It's an all-man group. We want to bring back that feel of, oh, I'm a man. I don't have toxic masculinity. There's nothing wrong with having a housewife. Nothing wrong with having your own business. Nothing wrong with having guns, which I got a bunch of them. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. That's what's the Proud Boy. That's why Gavin named it the Proud Boy. Because for so long, a lot of these things you're not supposed to be proud of. You're not supposed to be proud of your country. You're not supposed to be proud of your heritage. You're not supposed to be proud of being a proud gun owner. You're not supposed to be proud of having a family. You're not supposed to be proud of all these things. If you say the government is too big, or you're not supposed to be proud of these things, and that's why we name ourselves the Proud Boys. Because you know what? Fuck that shit. We are a part of that.
Do you feel America is founded upon and ran by systemic racism?
Well, if you look, for me, I'm a hardcore constitutionalist, and I'm a historian. So, this is from my understanding of what's America, because we have bad parts and we have good parts. And the Proud Boys, this is in the manifesto, is we recognize what we have done. We recognize that the parts of history that doesn't look too bright on part of America. But we're trying to say that we need to stop with all that guilt and trying to focus on the now instead of focusing on the past. Because, yes, a lot of bad happened in the past. But if we keep trying, if this is something my father told me, the moment if you were running and the moment you turn your head, you're going to change the direction of your projection, of you running. So me, I try to look forward. Like, let me try to do right now, to do what I can to make sure I can be as successful as possible. So with America, it was built on the beginning of hardcore socialism, because they understand what England is. Either getting taxed extremely heavy, and there's nothing you can do, and it was based on absolute freedom. Now, I even recognize that with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the reason why so much stuff happened is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is like, it's the Constitution. If you're truly American, you have to follow this Constitution and make sure it's equal for everybody. So with that, that's the reason why the civil rights is we like, if you guys are so American, the Constitution is right here says that you have to do this, and if you don't do this, then you're anti-American. So we can use the Constitution for ourselves.
What is Western thought?
So Western, what now, modern day Western, I believe only really Western culture only survive in two places right now, is England and America. It really is entrepreneurship, focused on an individual, focused on really big changes of ideals and preach and see which ideals hold up to the best. So with me, I tell other people, to my own platform, I have traveled to Africa. I have dual citizenship in Israel. But one thing I can say, I love America. Even the bad and the good, I accept it. So we say with Western show is that, yes, we say the West is the best. And I can tell you, I can go. I'm not going there.
So let me ask you this, because if you believe that all people should be treated, you believe all people should be treated equal, correct?
I believe the government should give the way to the people.
So I'm asking you, yes or no? Do you feel all people should be treated equal?
Yes.
So how can you feel that the West is best with the things that people of color face so hard? I mean, because you said you're a man of color, and
I'm a man of color.
So do you not face the same things that other people of color may face? I mean, trying to understand that. Because I understand
the system. Once you understand the system, you can move through it. Like I said, I understand the tax. I have run and operated multiple businesses, and I understand the system. And in the past, I have ran 4 black restaurants, and all these restaurants were selling, and they were trying to do it their own way. They was all conscious buildings. It was all black business. They're all built from scratch, but they did not understand what they were doing. A lot of money was bleeding out. I understand the system. I was able to get through it. So that's the one thing I do. I made it through the system because I understand it. It's something I think black people got to understand is if you don't understand how to move through the system, because I know you were talking earlier about we have to army up, but right now, one thing I don't see right now in the black community is the army of the mind. You have to understand your enemy if you want to beat your enemy. Now, like with me, I can honestly say, in the black community, I have generated over $1 million in just funds and sales because I understand the tax code, I understand America, I understand American law, where I know what to do. So I know how to work through it. But at the end of the day, I have white buyers and white sellers. But at the end of the day, like, this is my price point, this is what the money is. They go, okay, well, look at the money. They ain't gonna bother me. Like I said, I gotta say, it's been a week where I have to generate And one thing I came in there is like, you have to change the system to work for the system. And when I did that, they started making money.
So we have Brother Bourne and Brother Bless here, and we're gonna let some of our other brothers ask you some questions.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, of course.
Prince, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, no doubt. So, it's not a lot of things that I disagree with. With your approach to dealing with the system, saying that you have to understand what you're dealing with in order for you to be able to maneuver through it. I mean, when you say Western chauvinism, Western chauvinism is, and you're saying that if we want to return, because when I look at the Proud Boys, I don't look at the Proud Boys through the auspice of a black man's eyes. I have to look through it through the eyes of the Caucasian, who is the majority, inside of the group. So, I listen to...
Well, you have to, let me stop right there. You have to understand, because I told earlier, I'm a black Republican. It is very hard for a black person to go out there and say, I'm overly out there. Well, I'm a rarity with YouTube channel. I have over 2,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So it's extremely rare to find a black Republican. It's very hard. Republican, just in general. You're not going to find it. And the first person I do know, they're afraid to come out because they're afraid to be ostracized. Me, I'm the kind of person like, I don't care what you're going to do. Like, if the truth is the truth, the lie is a lie. It's a majority white. It's a majority white group.
No, so I'm not saying.
So let him finish.
I just want, I was just. Yeah, when I was saying that, I want to get to the point of Western chauvinism and the statement that it's a return to Western chauvinism, and being a return to Western chauvinism, in that right there, that detail, Western chauvinism is what brought forth the system that had oppressed people for so many years over here in this country. So when I hear a fellow black man state a return to Western chauvinism, and I do agree with a lot of the things that the Proud Boys, I'm not somebody here who I agree with a lot of the stances that the Proud Boys give. If I was to look at myself as a citizen, and I tell black people all the time, if you look at yourself as a citizen and you have constitutional rights, then there are a lot of things up under what the Proud Boys speak on that I do agree with. I do agree that the woman should make a return to the home. You know what I mean? I do agree that, that rampant feminism has gone crazy. I do think that there's a wild liberal group out here of fringe lunatics. I do agree with a lot of those points that have been made, by the Proud Boys. But I always wonder, what is the full thrust of what is a Western thought? What does these things really entail? Because as you stated, you understand that you are one of the minority. So when you're a minority in the group, one of the reasons why it's strange to hear a brother as is yourself saying you're part of that group is because of the things that are put out by the majority of the group. We're dealing with what Western thought is.
Well, true Western values, and it's a great book called The Death of the West. You can hear people who say certain things, and I found those guys get different vows. With Western values, is value the individual and the importance of the individual first. So, with me, I can generate sales. I do computer programming. I do some hardware engineering. This is what I do, and I value myself on those skills that I built. Then I use those skills to generate money for me, my son, my kids, and make sure they are all good. So this is true Western value. Now you can have ignorant white people say ignorant shit all day, but this is true Western value. This is what I'm fighting for, Western values. Because at the end of the day, you understand, even with Black Wall Street, those guys were entrepreneurship, and they had an intact family. And they really, we all know about like Wall Street. They guys have Western. They had Western values, but they was focused on entrepreneurship.
No, I don't. Part of self. I just wanted to. When you say true Western values is capitalism. So I agree with you on that. I agree with you. And capitalism is a system to capitalize on any and everything around you in order, and instead of letting things go to use, you use those things that are out there. And so when you mention Black Wall Street, that's one sector where I would say that they had a capitalistic initial mentality, but the system there was a holistic system other than capitalistic system, because they created something to maintain their own selves. And capitalism is an individualistic type of system. It's more, you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, capitalism is not a new thing. I tell people who are hoteps, like you truly are a hotep. If you're a hotep and you're socialism or communism, you're not a hotep. You understand what the Egyptians, they was a civilization that relied heavily on trade and sales. They was a capitalism system. This is not a new thing.
Did you say a hotep? What did you say that? What is a hotep? The hell is that?
A bunch of groups say we're back to Egypt, all that good stuff. So all that even for Africa, they had trade in Africa. I've been to Africa most of the time, and I travel all through Africa. So trade is a very essential thing. There's nothing wrong with trade.
Nah, nobody. Yeah, brother. That's why, you know what? And I just was agreeing with you about how African people they do use a system of such of that nature. So then when you came with that term hoteps, as though it was it seemed like a shot you just threw, like the hoteps.
No, it was not a shot.
All right, because it didn't sound how we normally use the term. It didn't sound like a pleasant term. It sounded like something that was like them niggas. This how niggas them back to African niggas. That's what it sounded. That's what when you said hoteps, it sounded like back to African niggas. All right.
Another shot is just as an example. I was saying that.
Okay.
Especially with capitalism or market trade.
Okay.
I was saying that even as black folks, we have done this for years.
Yes. We have done yes. We have done the trade market, but I don't know if you agree with that or not. But the word capitalism does have the theme capitalize in there. So that means to get more out of something than you're giving back. That's what the capitalize is. So that's when I hear a black man speaking on in these terms, and I do agree that we have to be sharp on our economics. I agree that this system should be utilized and used for the resources that it has. You know what I mean? In order to not only better our family, but to better the nation also. You know what I mean? But when
I would totally agree on your point. With my family, for years, I tell my family history. We own restaurants, we own property. A lot of the profits we use, we sent it back to Africa. We dug over 100 wells in Africa already. And we in Israel and Ghana, Togo, Ghana, South Africa. So with me, we use it all through capitalism. So I come from a family of people who know the system, and we have generated a lot of money through the system. And we use that to help out our brothers.
No doubt. That's why, brother, I wanted to talk. I wanted to get some questions in, you know what I'm saying, so I can really get an understanding of where you're coming from and what you're saying. So you a brother who is nationalistic. You are nationalistic. You care about black people. You care about African people. You know what I'm saying? Enough that you have given back and done more than what I've been able to do in Africa. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that out of you. It's just certain times, when you hear certain things, black people, we automatically taken aback because of how we perceive the whole group, man. Because the group, regardless to whom or what, it got a perception of being a alt-right. Gavin to say some wild shit. I listen to Gavin.
That sounds very, very racist, man. That sounds very, very racist, man. He sounds very racist a lot, bro.
Listen, Gavin was a wild guy. He was a debate with whoever it is, Gade. Because this one book you showed me where Gade was like, "Why don't you help yourself?" I was telling him like Gade is rich. Like he's a really rich dude. He's much richer than my family.
See, now this is why, I'm glad this is why you use the word hotep. Because hotep referred to Ghazi Cozy. See, because, I understand. I understand now. I understand why you used it, because when you have people such as that flaming fag, straight up, outright destroyer of African spirituality, African theme and thought. He is not for anything. He is not for anything good for black people. He just came out the closet and started pretending like he was good for black people. He was just pretending to be a woman on TV a little while ago. So, and when you have Gavin sit down with someone like that, and he comes out as though I'm representing black nationalism, I'm representing black power, or what African nationalism, it becomes a joke. You can use Hotep as a joke. You know what I mean? It could be a theme like that. Yeah, because he don't speak for us. Like the same way that them all the groups of white people that we like, yo, we saying that they speak for you. That's the same way that most African nationalists, they know that Ghazi Cozy don't speak for us because we are straight pride. We believe in man, woman, and child need to be together. We don't believe in man and man or woman and woman. That is no part of anything that we agree with. So that's why I'm glad you said that, man. Thank you very much for that.
Let me ask you this. And you said let me ask you this. You seem very resourceful. You seem like you're a very smart dude, man. There are many different groups with people of color that are out here trying to work and better themselves and better their communities. Why have you became a Proud Boy instead of maybe trying to link yourself with some of these other groups of people of color and trying to build it up and help it from that end?
Well, there's some very cool and but it's political. Actually,
hold on, Yusef. I'm gonna need you to start over, man, because your phone started doing the robot, and I want everybody to hear your reply to this, please. So start over again.
When Gavin made a video, we don't let Nazis in the group. And this is when Gavin don't let Nazis in the group because if a black guy, because he was very point, and if a black guy is coming to the group, I'm not going to make him comfortable. I see the problem because I want to see if Gavin was bullshitting. Gavin, he does bullshit. I love the guy, but he's sometimes you can't tell. So I joined the group to see what this guy is at. And after the first meetup I went to, I found a lot of libertarians, a lot of like-minded people I could talk to. And, it's the Atlanta chapter. I can only speak for the Atlanta chapter. Because we do have black guys, and I'm not the only black guy in our chapter. They're just really cool people to hang out, go drinking with, go shooting with, and have good conversations. That was the whole black part of it. It's very political. And I have a basic understanding, one thing the Proud Boy understand, what I understand, is the government is too fucking big, and it's fucking killing the black community right now. So what I want to do, because I identify as a Republican, because I personally find it much easier for me to go through that chapter and through that way to get into politics and get into certain areas where I can essentially get a shotgun and stick it behind the kneecap of the government and cripple the motherfucker. Because at the end of the day, we have too much government is killing entrepreneurship in the black community. Even right now in Chicago. I'm from Chicago. About 15 years ago, you can go out there and sell stuff. And because of the government, they came out there and had all these heavy regulations on all these penalties. And no longer you can go out there and hustle. And that's a particularly black thing. It was out there stuck. And because the government came and said, no, we can't do that no more, there's more jobs, and it was wrong. Because there are people out there hustling and selling stuff. And because of that, they just rose the flies. Because those guys that are out there selling stuff, hustling, out there making their money, they was no longer doing that. So one thing with me is like, everybody has their own different roles. With me, I understand that my role is I understand the government extremely well. And one thing I understand is too big. And the only way we can get growth again and economic growth and jobs again is get the government out of the way of black people.
What does your group do in any of the ghettos in Atlanta? Did your group go down to any of the ghettos in Atlanta, any of the hoods, and help feed the less fortunate people down there? I mean, because again, you've built wells in Africa. I mean, how about building a well, right in Atlanta? And I don't necessarily mean a well of physicality. I'm talking about the mind and some of the other things. I'm using that as an idea. So Well, you know, do y'all participate in anything like that, or have you personally?
Yes. I have given 8 years of free information to Black people about finance and setting up systems so they can run a business successful. I got to say, I personally saved 3 Black businesses from closing out, and it's just really personally on experience of working in retail for so many years and working in management for so many years and working in stores for so many years. The problem was one thing they sometimes we do crowdfunding or if we find something that's sad, we will fund certain projects. And one thing we are moving forward to, or we are looking forward to do more political stuff. Because beforehand it was really bratty, which is still pretty bratty. Go out drinking, go hanging out. And a lot of members are actually scared to go and show their faces because of one thing I can say what the problem we have that Black people have a problem with is the mainstream media always making us look bad. Constantly. The Black, I feel like that's an issue that the problem with Black people get along like, yeah, they make us look bad all the time already.
Yeah.
So, one thing we talk about this. Me personally, it's not the problem where it's coming from the problem, it's coming from personally me. From the problem where it's lower the government, get the government out of the way. And that's hundreds of times. And yes, defended, let's get Jared Taylor, was on the show. It's like, you gotta have Black families again. That's the only way. You gotta get Black males and Black females back together again and take care of the kids. That's the only way. We have to unify the family again. That's something the problem with is very on. Is unifying the family. And personally, my belief is one thing that can help Black community out is it has to be death. It has to be either a death or a reformation of the culture.
Yo, you said a mouthful. You said a mouthful. A lot. No, I mean, you said a mouthful, man. And one thing that I want to tell the people out there is this something that I tell the people all the time. I'm listening to. Black people are Republican at heart. They really deep down, we believe in all Republican values, but we was bamboozled in being the liberal Democrats and accepting everything. You know what I'm saying? The New Deal fucked us over because Black people would still be Republicans if it wasn't for welfare. If it wasn't for the welfare system, we would still run Republicans because we was better off with our own businesses. I tell people this all the time. That's where Black people really at. And now listening to what you're saying, I can understand where the comfortability is at with the Proud Boys, where you can see the camaraderie there, you know what I'm saying, dealing in a situation where you in Atlanta, I know 90% of the people in Atlanta, Black people is Democrats, they all love Hillary, they dumb as hell, you know what I mean, love Bernie and all type of dumb madness. They love all these social programs and all that stuff. So I know that. So now I can understand why you would be someone who, you know, at first took it as something, let me go see if they, you know, I can see how you listen to Gavin and agree with some of the things that they were saying. Looked at their group and said, you know what, I do agree with some of the things that they're saying. And then took the chance that let me see if they really about that. Let me see if they really let a Black person in here. Because I know you've seen the same shit that we seen. So you know what I'm saying? And so you know I can see why as a Black man in America, living here, been here all this time, you know what I'm saying, understanding the Constitution, looking at this as his homeland, could see a group like that and be like, yo, listen, talk to the people there and they say, listen, we not into that, we not into this, you know what I mean? We like guns. We like wives, we like children, we like small government, we like for you to own your own business, do your own thing, man. Put your people to work, you know what I'm saying? Do for yourself. I can see why, you know what I mean, you would join a group like that, and then I would ask people, I would ask that question, where is the alternative group? Where is a Black group like, you know, founded by Black people with that type of thought? Is there a group like that that's founded with that thought? With that type of ideology, I don't see any that would. Most of the groups that I see founded by Black people that when we bring them in who are more economically adept as the brother is right here, who really move through a lot of different things. They're mostly Democratic forums. They're usually just segues for people to be Democrat, to go out and push the Democratic, you know what I'm saying, propaganda. So I can see how the brother wouldn't be able to be comfortable in that situation with how he looks at politics and understanding policy.
What do you think about the Black Lives Matter the Black Lives Matter movement?
I have a problem with I may hear about this. Black Lives Matter is anti-male. As a major problem. If you go on the website right now, it's got a section for LGBT, a section for trans, you got a section for women, tell women that you don't need behind males. You got a section for everything else, women, but you don't have a section for black males. I find it extremely hypocritical that a movement that was started because of black male has been having reformed to be about trans and women, but nothing about males. So the issues that males are having. That's why I feel about Black Lives Matter. And it has basically came into this socialist circuitry where it's like we're women, we're strong, we're trans. If you're male, now you can send it back. Yeah, I don't see any strong Black Lives Matter males out there representing Black Lives Matter. I see a lot of females.
Hold up.
Females. A lot of angry females are lesbians.
D-Ray not strong, black man? D-Ray McKesson ain't strong?
No, I'm not saying that, but I don't see a lot.
Yo, hold up. Do you know who D-Ray McKesson is? Do you know who D-Ray is? Have you seen him?
Yeah, I know he is.
You know he ain't strong. You know he ain't strong, brother. You ain't gotta pretend. You know he ain't strong.
You trying to be politically correct right now.
Yeah, you trying to be politically correct. Like I see some brothers. That ain't no strong one though. You see what type of brother that is. As you stated, you know, it's definitely hey. Listen, man, you one of the first black listen, I'm not gonna say the first, but you one of few black men that I know who hold that idea about Black Lives Matter as a national organization.
And he a Proud Boy.
And he a Proud Boy on top of that. Wow.
You know?
So, yeah. That's one thing, that's one thing I hope. So one thing is, I care for black. Like, my kids don't be black. No, they are. And one thing I acknowledge is the Democratic Party would not let me exist. If I didn't have my YouTube channel, I couldn't have my message out. Mainstream media do not want to see an educated black male on TV because that will destroy the narrative that black people need white people to help them out. And that's not true. And I refuse to let that be true. I refuse to be a victim. I absolutely refuse to do that. I know with the Proud Boys and the Republican Party, the Proud Boys let me speak. They let me have the stage. They haven't let the stage multiple times represent them. And it destroys the narrative every time. Especially when I'm debating leftists, like, this guy, he knows the Constitution extremely well. He's extremely smart. He has businesses. He went through the system. He knows what he's on his shit. He does not need the Democratic Party to help him out. That is a problem. That's a major problem. An educated black male, that's the biggest fear of the Democratic Party, is an educated black male.
What,
Is that use or use? Is that use or use? Like, you know what I'm saying? You said, I agree with a lot of stuff you said, but is that use or use when the Proud Boys let you get out there and debate them cracker liberals? I'll be the white liberals. I don't know if I'm politically correct right now. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But is it, you know, because I can see that both ways. Because I can see how it look good for them as a group, but also it can hide other things that might be going on every year like that.
Yes, sir.
Look, what are you talking about? Don't you see? I got black boots. I got a black truck. I got a black dog, and there go my black friend. See him? He right there. We got a whole group on down in Atlanta. We got a whole group. You want to see him?
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm not saying that that's how it is, but I'm just a brother who can see two sides of the coin.
listen. Go ahead, Yusuf.
Yeah, and trust me, because this came up. This, what you just say, it came up. Where the Proud Boys didn't want me to speak on camera. They really didn't, because they say, we don't like how the Democratic Party will bring out that token black person, and like, oh, look at how intersexual we was. Look over here, we have blacks, we got Hispanic, like, we have everything, LGBTQ plus whatever alphabet today. We have all that, and for a long time, Gavin specifically told me, like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to play anything politics. I don't want to do it for a really long time. And basically, a lot of meetups, I will go out there and I wouldn't have the prayer carry on. I won't have any prayer carry. I won't tell you that I'm proud with. I'll just go out there and debate. Because, and the problem is, they are there for my protection. Because, Antifa have a target on my back. Because I have made multiple videos on FIFA. I have broke down a lot of their ranks. I have exposed a lot of the flaws in their issue, a lot of the problems they have. I have made videos that went viral about the FIFA where they didn't like me. Like, oh, no, you better not show up in this area. They know I live in Atlanta. If even in my area, I was out and about. So with the Proud Boys, they took my picture specifically because I'm like, oh, the black guy in the group, he's the worst of the worst. And it didn't plaster my face all across with a 5 point. So with the Proud Boy, with me, I can honestly say my Proud Boys in Atlanta, they protect me. Every time I go out, there's a Proud Boy with a gun that's always around me, make sure nothing happens to me. Because I know that it's a target on my back with a people.
Yeah, you got to watch it back. You got to watch it back. Listen, man, the gay mafia is real, Antifa is real, and so a lot of them is part of the gay mafia, man. And so it's real. It's real, and you, like you said, you in Atlanta, know what I'm saying. So you got to be careful, know what I'm saying, when you a Republican in Atlanta, and you got, if the Antifa got, I'm not no friend of Antifa myself. I ain't friend with a lot of that stuff.
Let me ask you this, man, because we have said so you definitely you're pro Donald Trump, right? Yes or no?
It's like this, because for me, Donald Trump was I hate what Hillary Clinton did in Haiti. I hate what Hillary Clinton did in Africa. I can say what Hillary Clinton did in the past. I hate what Hillary Clinton family did at Ukraine has increased, war on drugs and what he all black people super predators. So with me, I choose Donald Trump. Like I fucking hate Hillary Clinton. I can't vote for this woman. The fact that she's a big fan of Margaret Sanger, and if anybody know Margaret Sanger specifically, Planned Parenthood is specifically made to kill black people. I don't think people realize that the origin of Planned Parenthood is to kill black people, and Margaret Sanger was not quiet about that fact. And the fact that we had a candidate that supports Margaret Sanger and supports the right to abortion is very suspicious that most abortion clinics, over the 80% of abortion clinics are in the hood. So I couldn't support Hillary. I just couldn't. The things she has done for the black community, I felt like a hypocrite. But the things I knew about Hillary Clinton, things she has done in Haiti, things she's done in Africa, things she's done in America with black people, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I hear you on that, man, for sure. Yo, do you think Donald Trump is racist?
I think Donald Trump is a 7-year-old New Yorker who, for years, didn't bite his tongue. I do think it's funny when he goes off the script and say whatever he feels like saying. But he's an old New Yorker. I don't think he's inherently racist. I don't think he's the brightest dude.
He's just regular.
I don't think I'll say that.
I would say this about Donald Trump. This is how I look at him. Donald Trump he not blatantly racist. He regardless to whom or what though, he live in a system that allow him to be racist. So it's things that he does just because the system allows for certain type of racist type of tactics, racist jargon. That's the same way like when he got to be able to put that whole page out on the Central Park 6 who didn't rape the woman, and then when he found out that they didn't rape him, he still put out another article still condemning them. But it allows stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at him, because he's the type he a capitalist. He's a capitalist.
No, he is.
That's the bottom line. He's a capitalist.
So I have shoes that run it off. Like there's so much stuff I will run in the day. I restaurant. So I gave him the system. So with Donald Trump, he wasn't my guy in the beginning. I was more of a Marco Rubio. I thought he was an extremely intelligent, true, honest Republican. But also, I thought it was hilarious that him smacking the Republican Party on stage, and I thought he was even funnier him smacking Hillary Clinton on stage. But at the end of the day, with the history of Hillary Clinton, I could not bring myself to vote for that woman. It was really last minute.
Right. For people of color, right, that are trying to change the condition of what's going on in our communities, because I'm sure you're well aware of our people, the young people are killing each other. We got teen and young girl pregnancy is running rampant. You got babies raising babies, even from the way we eat. I'm talking about the whole aspect of what's happening in the urban community. In the nature of trying to change that, where would you start? And I'm not saying
men how to be men again and teach women how to be women again. We have went too far from that. We have moved way too far. We have women out here saying they can raise boys. You can't do that. Only a man can raise a boy. A man can raise a boy to be a man. A woman can't raise a boy to be a man. Well, that's a man's job to raise a boy to be a man. And we have women out here acting tough and saying that we're so strong and powerful and dominating blackmail. We need to get our women back to the state of living and marrying and bringing us the black family together. That's what we have to do. And that's the only point. And also, we got to bring back black economics, black entrepreneurship. That's the only way we're going to come out of this problem. Because with me, with Democratic Party, that's not out there. They claim that they got our back and they look out for us. And history has shown over 100 years, Democratic Party, they don't have our back. The only thing we can do is say, hey, you leave us the hell alone, and we got ourselves. We're going to have our own black business. I was telling my friend, he's a black nationalist. Like, the only way black is going to help himself is you have to get black businesses. You got to get the government out of your way, get your own business. You got to. Why is the Asian guy got our hair product? It should be a black person back there with the hair product. Why, if you go to the gas station, there's an Arab back there, it should be a black gas station. So one thing I do, I deal with a lot of black businesses, with black business owners in Atlanta who have way more money than me. Like, you need to do this, I have to invest certain money. And right now, I'm going to open a cafe in probably like in 6 months, a vegan cafe. So with that is, you have to get back to being a black male. Like, I'm going to take care of my woman. I'll make sure I'll have this woman. I'll make sure I take care of my kids. Make sure I'll come make sure they eat, they fed, they got clothes. That have to happen. And even with black women, they got to learn how to cook again. They really do. My girl, I had to teach my girl how to cook. We have to get back to that. I'll tell people, the biggest problem like that right now is liberalism and feminism. Those two isms. You have liberalism telling black people that they can't be on their own. You have feminism telling the women to get out of the house right now.
My man.
I ain't heard him straight too. He ain't straight off the path, man.
This was very very insightful. Very insightful, and we definitely appreciate you coming on. And I could say for sure we're gonna be in contact with you some more. You know, this was very insightful, man. I'm sure that you seen our footage, and just so you understand, man, Moving Target, our podcast is not about nothing but truth and facts, man. And that's why, even though things were distorted, you know what I mean, from the beginning, we had to dig down and find, where's the Black Proud Boy at? You know what I mean? And to give you an opportunity to show who you are and let people know what you stand for. We're gonna stay in contact with you so we could dig deeper, man, and have some more of these discussions. We're gonna sign off right now. What's your last words, everybody listening? Go ahead, bro.
I don't say thank you for being on your channel. But the Proud Boys, the other Proud Boys watching right now, proud of your boy, Haru, and anybody knows that Proud Boys we're not a racist group, and we empathize with the black community. So I can tell you, me being a black guy, in my Proud Boys, in my chapters, they have my back. And we have some bad eggs, but overall, the group is a wonderful group. And also, we're not all right. That'll be the last thing. We're not all right. That's all I got to say on that note.
Yeah, that was a mistake on my part too, bro. I meant to.
All right. I'll tell you, everybody all day, the mainstream media, they have a target against males right now. And you know, all male groups saying, let's bring back the housewife, let's bring back entrepreneurship, let's bring back responsibilities. They don't want that. They don't want that in the black community right now. They don't want that in the white community.
Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. I meant to ask you, what do the Proud Boys feel about the alt-right? But you definitely answered that already, man. Yo, thank you for your time, man. We're gonna sign off. We look forward to talking with you again very, very soon, man. All right. Peace. Yo.
Wow.
Heavy.
Exactly what I expected.
So they coming down to recruit? They was coming down to recruit black folks?
What we're gonna do is we're gonna continue this Moving Target podcast. For any shakiness or anything, man, I apologize for it. I'm trying to do the best job I could do filling in for the main host, Jay Kemp. You know what I mean? And we're going to get back to doing what we do. He will be back next week. So for Brother Born, Connecticut RBG, for Brother Bless, Connecticut RBG, FLS Frontline Soldiers, we out here, Dynamic University. We look forward to talking to everybody. The 21st community, keep in mind, this is what we're doing. We need to build and expound upon building a society within a society. We thank Yosef and the Proud Boys for tuning in, for calling, and for being a part of this, because they had to let it be known where they stand. So community, village, we'll be back at y'all. Everybody stay safe till next time. Moving Target Podcast.
Peace. War.
Great.